Camera? Are my eyes looking at the camera?
All right. I'm going to close that door real quick.
Close the door. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Happy Thursday. I don't know what your Thursday looks like where you are.
Welcome to Happy Thursday.
Yes. Welcome to Happy Thursday. I don't know what your Thursday looks like where you are, if it's sun shining, if it's gray, if it's cold. Here in Texas, hot, humid, sunny, and cloudy.
Yeah,
got a little bit of
good,
everything.
Good clouds. It's not like sad clouds.
Yes. So we are present here on Facebook. Hello to all of our Facebook family. We're also live on Instagram. So hey, you guys over there. And then we've got our YouTube family right here. So we have every platform covered, I think, today.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about events, and more events, and things, and how things have changed in the last couple months for us and for you, and how we're gonna help bring you some joy during this next season.
Yes. So normally, let's just go back and get a little historical overview. Normally, around this time of year, we would be looking forward to fall and the different fall events that we would be hosting. Those events being Refit experience classes in different cities across the U.S. and sometimes Canada, as well as Refit instructor trainings that are one-day events that we hold live also in cities across the U.S. Now, a normal travel season for Catherine and myself is how many training weekends a year? 24? 22 to 24 training weekends a year where we leave on Thursday and we go to
Louisville,
all the
Kentucky,
places,
or Seattle, Washington,
Portland, and we get to see you guys, we get to meet our Refit community, and we get to train new instructors and bring them into the Refit family. That was life prior to COVID, right?
Yes. Yeah, and it was so much fun. Yeah, we got, like Angela said, we got to meet you guys, hang out with you guys, hug you guys, handshakes, high fives, all the things, all the sweat, all the tears.
And for us, it was so important because that is what connected us back to our why. You know, the details of the business and the daily grind of what we do here can often be overwhelming and we can get distracted by the details. But those events really were life-giving to us as business owners. It reminded us and we got to meet our people, meet our family. And so
meet a lot of you guys who we've only known online, that we got to meet you in person.
Yep. So when COVID hit, you guys can imagine a lot changed for a lot of people. And as business owners, you know, we sort of knew what we needed to do in the short term, just how to accommodate the new social distancing measures, but still provide you guys with workouts online. And we even switched some of our instructor trainings to virtual trainings, and that has been such a success. But
I do want to say, I remember those first 3 weeks, just to I remember back when COVID started moment. We were pivoting every day. I mean, every day was Groundhog Day. We didn't know what was next, and I just want to say thank you guys for pivoting with us.
Yeah.
I think as we look back, as we're about to look forward, but reflecting back, you guys really showed up during a time that there were so many questions and not many answers.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for that.
We started to look 2 weeks at a time. What can we do over the next 2 weeks to love, serve, and connect our community during the social distancing measures? And so that has worked well. But now that, and listen, everything that we're about to say is sort of laughable because I was about to say now that the COVID cloud is disappearing, but the truth of the matter is we don't know.
Yeah, it's coming back for some people. It's going away for others, and
we've got these hot spots. Texas being one of the hot spots where
very large
there's been
state
a surge in COVID again. And so it is very hard to predict the future. And I would say, well, it's hard to predict the future, period. But it's very hard to predict future business operations and make good decisions for our business when the future is so unknown. So as we have been planning for what these travel events may look like, what cities they may take place in, and how we're going to accommodate for the potential COVID circumstances, it has just been really stressful on our team to figure it out. And so we're here to say that though we are going to be talking about and announcing the the places that we're going and the live events that we're holding. We're also holding all of those live events like this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to explain this?
Or just open-handed.
Yeah.
So we're not holding them with a closed fist, just, it's gotta happen. If it doesn't happen, we're gonna be so upset and sad.
Mm-hmm.
But having open hand means you still feel responsible for it. You still feel the weight of it.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work out, your expectations are you're like, okay, we can pivot, we can move. And it's also not doing this.
That's not giving up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling responsibility, moving forward.
Right. So we're gonna do and make decisions based on how we've always made decisions, which is what is the best decision at the time with the information that we have. And the information that we have, as we know it, is that airplanes are still flying. People are opening up their cities and their venues for events and for gatherings. And so until further notice, we are going to pace with the daily operations of those cities. So I do want to talk about some of the places that we will be heading starting in July and running all the way through December. And we would love for you to consider attending. I do want to say the big umbrella over this whole discussion is we are always going to be following local and state guidelines for their COVID policies and any suggestions they have. We're going to make sure that we stay on top of all of the different restrictions. In fact, just before this broadcast this morning, even in Texas, they have started implementing where elective surgeries are no longer possible. And so we kind of see that some stricter guidelines may be coming down the pipeline. And so we're going to pay attention to that. We would never ask you to come and be part of an event that would put you at risk or that would put ourselves at risk. And so we are not approaching this summer fall schedule flippantly. We're not thumbing our nose, though we want to COVID.
Yeah, no. We feel this is a exciting and sober and unpredictable time.
Yeah.
So we know that we're excited that we have opportunities, but we are sober-minded and moving forward with them.
Yes, we're being very judicious.
Yes.
So with that being said,
and one more thing, with these live and in-person events, there are also some other options we'll discuss for you. That if this sounds like we got you. Yeah. Okay, we got you in every way.
The cool thing is that there really is an option for everyone. Now, I will say that our favorite way to connect with you guys and to do these events is live. I mean, nothing takes the place of a live experience, a live class with us, a live instructor training. There just is nothing like it. But if we can't have that, we're going to create experiences that are dang close to the real thing. Okay. So with that being said, I do want to talk about where we're going starting in July. And so we'll just go ahead and start with it. Okay. So July 17th and 18th, we are still, until further notice, we are still heading to Logan, Utah, which is near around Salt Lake City. So if you are in the Utah area, or you can get to the Utah area, or like my family, you want to go on vacation in Utah, July 17th and 18th is where you can come see us. We will be doing a Friday night experience class open to the public, open to families, kids, grandma, grandpa, bring everybody. And then Saturday the 18th, we will have the live instructor training.
Yeah, so that's Logan, Utah. We're excited.
Yep. Oh, I do need to say, Logan, the experience class for Logan, Utah is sold out. And you will see that many of our experience class tickets will actually sell out quicker than they have in years past. And that is because we are having to reduce the number of people that we allow into those spaces due to certain COVID event gathering restrictions. So the experience class, unfortunately, on July 17th is already sold out. But you can get on a waiting list by emailing us info@refitrev.com.
Yep. The training is not sold out.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No.
So that's good news.
Yeah.
All right. So coming up in the end of July, early August, we are headed on July 31st through August 1st to Birmingham, Alabama.
Yay.
We're going to Sweet Home, Alabama, hanging out with our Refit crew there. We're super excited about that. That'll be a fantastic weekend. I don't think we've been, when was the last time we were in Alabama?
It's been too long.
Yeah. So we're excited to come see you and give our neighbors a couple states over, a high five.
Yep, so don't forget Friday, July 31st is the experience class. Go ahead and grab your ticket because that will probably sell out. And then if you want to become an instructor and join us in Birmingham, we will see you there. Then for those of you who don't like either of those live options but still want to become an instructor, on August 8th, we are going to be hosting another virtual instructor training. And Cappy, do you want to talk to them about virtual trainings?
Yeah, so this is one of the beautiful things that came out of COVID is we quickly pivoted based off of just honestly hearing y'all's feedback and saying, hey, we're already set up in our studio to stream. Why don't we just stream our trainings? And so that's what this is. It's a live one-day training, and that, again, is on August 8th. And so, for example, if you were like, oh, I can't go to wherever, you can always log in live, okay? You can log in live on that day. On Saturday, it starts at, I believe, 9:30 a.m.
Something like
and it'll
that.
go till about 4:35, and it is an experience like no other. I have been surprised by how connected everyone feels in these virtual trainings.
Yeah.
I think seeing everybody's face, we have a couple of interactions where we get to see you guys and hear your questions, and then obviously you guys are training throughout the day. It's been amazing, and to see y'all from all over the country and sometimes the world has been one of the most just touching things for me, and it's a great day.
Yep.
So
it is. And so that's going to happen on August 8th. So go ahead and write that down.
and you can sign up for that today. Like you can go to refitrev.com and select the virtual training, and you can sign up today.
Yep. Okay, then in September, I mean, and again, who knows what September is going to look like, but God willing, in September, we are hosting a Refit instructor training and live experience class right here in Waco, Texas. If you have ever wanted to come see the silos or shop with Chip and Joe or just figure out why Waco is so cool, well, this is your chance. So we will do the Friday night experience class September 18th right here at our home studio. The next day will be our live one-day instructor training, also right here from the studio. And you guys, if you can't physically come to Waco, guess what? On that weekend, we're doing a virtual mashup because not only will the experience class and the live instructor training be live and in person, people can come here. It will also be a virtual training option. So if you just want to tune in and be part of the experience virtually, you have that option as well.
Yeah, so you can, whether you can be here in person or be here online, you've got options.
September 18th and 19th.
And then the 25th and 26th of September, we are going to Louisville, Kentucky. So Louisville, we are headed your way September 25th and 26th. Really excited about Louisville. The Lou crew is always a joy to our hearts. So we
They
can't wait to
are
see you guys.
amazing. So if you're anywhere near Louisville, Kentucky, please come see us. All right. Then in October, we have another virtual training coming your way. So this is the third virtual training opportunity, and that is October 10th. It's Saturday from 9:30 to about 5:30. So you can sign up for that now as well.
And then next up, October 23rd and 24th, we're headed to one of our favorite places. Every place is our favorite place. I don't know if you could tell that. But Portland, Oregon, we're coming to see you guys October 23rd and 24th.
Portland. Wow. Yes, I'm excited to go there.
What was that about you? Portland.
I just was
Wow.
thinking about my last memory with Portland, and I love it so much.
Yes.
So we hope to see you there the end of October. In November, we have 2 live trainings coming up in 2 different locations. November 6th and 7th, we're going to Hendersonville, Tennessee, which is kind of right outside or near the Nashville area. So if that is your hometown, or if you can get to it relatively easily, we want to see you Friday, September 6th for the experience class, or Saturday, November 7th for the Refit instructor training. That is Hendersonville, Tennessee.
And then the next weekend, we're going to, on November 13th and 14th, Indianapolis, Indiana. Our Indy crew, again, Friday night is that experience class on November 13th, and then the training all day on Saturday on November 14th.
Yeah, okay. And then we're going to end November with the virtual training on November 21st. I think that's right around or before Thanksgiving, so you can hop in on a virtual instructor training and get it all done in one day.
Yep.
And then we will end this tour, the Refit instructor training tour, on December 5th with another virtual training. Now, those of you who don't know, who haven't taught fitness before, January is the fitness flood. And so getting your instructor training anytime before January is honestly the best time to do it, because it lets you pace and go with the momentum of people making New Year's resolutions and trying to get back on their health and fitness goals. And so for you guys to be able to offer them Refit classes starting in January, I would pick one of these dates and let's do it.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Yeah. I will say too that some of you may be asking, well, that's great. I would love to become an instructor. Where in the world do I find a place to teach amidst the COVID climate? And so I do want to let you know that as gyms and businesses are opening back up, that many classes physically are also opening back up as well. But another thing that we wanted to let you know is that we have provided a way for our Refit instructors to be able to teach virtual classes to their communities. And in fact, if you've never taught fitness before, teaching virtually is kind of like a really awesome baby step before teaching live classes. Now, there is a little bit of a technological hump that you have to overcome, an obstacle that you have to overcome. But think about how many friends that you have on Facebook and Instagram that don't live within 10, 15, 30 minutes of you. There's probably a lot. So for you guys to be able to offer Refit classes virtually through Zoom, it opens up your clientele to unlimited people, people anywhere in the world. Your grandma in Wisconsin, your aunt in Florida, your best friend from college in Hawaii. I mean, Zoom is where, in virtual classes, is honestly a really great way to go.
Yeah, and I think one of the great things about our Refit people is that it is so much more than fitness. I think most of you guys have probably experienced that, but even if you're unsure about the future, which I think we all are, what I've seen really through the Kick It Up Challenge and through the last couple months with our virtual training specifically has been how many people are joining this fitness revolution because of the community. It's like, I need a group of people that are gonna help me get through this season.
Right.
And so it's been really sweet to see the different connections that you guys have with one another around the country, that you know, people that you've never met but you feel connected to through this Refit community. So
yeah. I want to say 3 final things. Number 1, we need your support in these events. I mean, I think it is an obvious ask that your support allows our business to continue to thrive. And these events and instructor trainings, this is just, it's a really important way for our business to remain solvent. And so those of you who are willing to show up for a live event, make it a girls' weekend, you know, grab your Refit instructor and other class participants and come join us, we would love that. So that's just asking for your business. There it is, asking for you to go and purchase a ticket or sign up for a training. The second thing I want to say is we are already looking to the spring. And so if you didn't see a location listed near you, but you have a location and you could potentially be a host of a location, email us, info@refitrep.com, and let us go ahead and get you and your location added to the our spring schedule. And then the final thing is, I just wanted to give a shout out to our team, Abby, our training coordinator, and Katie, who's helped market, and Erin, who's just helped do a lot of back end things. These guys really, even in the midst of uncertain times, have stayed committed to our vision of helping transform not just bodies but lives through fitness. And so I wanted to say thank you for that.
Yeah. And one last thing that is new that we need to announce that we haven't yet. So they're right now, so before COVID, there was one way to train, right?
Oh, yes.
There was one way to train, and that was live experiences. We come to you, we train you personally, we've trained all of our instructors. It's been incredible. COVID happened, we pivoted and said, okay, we got to do this online. So that became the second way to train, was virtual trainings, these live 1-day trainings that happen virtually. So 9 a.m. on a Saturday to 5 p.m. virtually from our Refit studio, piped into your home. So that's the second way you can train. So we've got live experiences, virtual training. We want to announce today something different and exciting, because we realize there's a third category of people out there that say, I can't go to a location, I don't have a Saturday that I can fully give with, because I've got 4 kids
at home.
and a husband and
bad Wi-Fi.
Right, and bad Wi-Fi. So we are announcing today for the first time ever something we're really excited about, which is our third way to train, and that is a self-paced option.
Self-paced at-home training. Yes.
Self-paced at-home training.
Yeah.
Which you can literally go purchase today. So that is a self-paced at-home training, meaning at your own pace, you can go through the content, you can go through the materials. It's me, Angela, Emily coming straight to you at your own pace.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Yeah. It's really, there is an option for anyone and everybody. It all depends on how you like to learn and what you want that experience to be like. Mm-hmm. So some of you enjoy coursework, I don't know, carving out 30 minutes every day and really being slow and deliberate and diligent with the training. And so that's where the self-paced training would come in for you. Or maybe you have a full-time job and you can only give up about an hour each day for the training. So self-paced training would be the way to go.
Yeah. And so it's a beautiful training. Shout out to the sidekicks who helped us with that. It's beautifully produced. It's easy to follow. It's chock full of breaks and questions. It's very interactive for being a self-paced training. That was one of our goals, was how do we translate the community and connection through 3 different modules that that you're pacing with. How can we feel that connection with you? And so that's super exciting, and I'm thrilled for it.
I'm seeing a lot of questions, so let me ask a couple of them that I'm seeing. Someone has asked what's the difference between the trainings and which one do we prefer. The live training is the best way to go. I mean, it hands down is, because we get to see you get to connect physically in person with one another. Second to that, the virtual training. Again, if you like connection and you like community, live or virtual is going to be the best delivery method for that. Those of you who are a little bit more, just give me the material, let me study and pace on my own, and you don't really need that live connection so much, self-paced would be the way to go.
Or if you have a life circumstance that prohibits you from the other 2 options, you want to connect with people, but you're just like, my life is crazy right now, that self-paced training would be fantastic for you. And as a reminder, if you guys, we have CEU credits with all of those options. So if you are ACE or AFA certified, you absolutely get credit for that, and all that information is available on our website. And so, now's a great time to jump into a training.
Yeah. So then the other question that I saw was, someone said, do you certify internationally? So do you want to talk about, if people are international, how and where they can get trained?
Yes, I do, I think. So for you guys, the best option, I believe, US and Canada, we obviously are good in. And then we've got a couple of other areas where there is we're higher request for refit. I can't, Australia, I believe, is one of them. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. But the best way for you guys to probably go about that would be to email us at info@refitrev.com, and we'll get you sorted out and figured out which training we can get you in.
Yeah. And do you guys have any other questions? Obviously, the virtual and self-paced training does mean that whether or not you live in the U.S. or outside, there may be an option for you. And so email us with your location, and we can let you know if you qualify for the virtual or self-paced training.
And so someone just commented that basically time, if time is a constraint for you, no longer a constraint. If distance is a constraint for you, no longer a constraint.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that. It's gonna be great.
Do you guys have any other questions? Even if they're not about instructor trainings, we're happy to answer anything. I have seen a lot of questions about Rev and Flow and whether or not there's a certification for Rev and Flow in any of these. So Rev and Flow still is only an online certification, only open to Refit instructors. So you have to have completed the Refit instructor certification before you can apply to become a Rev and Flow instructor, and that is online. And our next instructor training for Rev and Flow will be coming up this fall.
Someone just asked, after they train, how long is it good for until they have to recertify?
Yep. So it does, you do get, once you get your certification, it does certify you, license you to be a Refit instructor for a year. And at that year mark, you then need to join our Refit X membership to extend the life of your certification. However, That Refit X membership has so many resources, exclusive choreography, tutorials, coaching tips, and so that membership is available to you, from the moment that you sign up. And many of our instructors take advantage of those resources, especially if you're training virtually or at home, because the resources are so instrumental.
So Bailey, I believe on YouTube, just asked, so what happens after I become an instructor? How do I start classes? And so Bailey, what we would recommend for you is to jump into one of our launch classes, which is free with that membership that Angela just spoke about, where you are mentored by one of our Refit reps who's a seasoned Refit instructor who will literally take you through how to launch your classes. And so we, through the Refit X and through the launch class, love to give you guys those continuing education resources that really help you get off the ground. And we also have a Refit instructor Facebook page where any and every question has been asked and answered. So that's a great resource for you.
But basically, very practically in a nutshell, is once you're trained,
you're good to go.
You just go.
Yeah.
You just find a parking lot, find a park, set up your speaker, and tell people to meet you there. I mean, it's really that simple. Or, of course, you can pursue, traditional gyms and things like that. So
there's been a bunch of questions about when is merch coming out. I've seen about 38 of them. It's just merch, question mark, or like merch.
Okay. Yeah.
So we are in process of working on that. As you know, throughout COVID, most of our vendors shut down for extended amount of time, and they are just kind of getting back into the swing of things. So operating at 20%, 25% and now 50% capacity. And so we hope in the next 4 to 6 weeks to have something out to you guys soon.
We hope for sure by mid-July.
Yeah. So that's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Jocelyn says, are reboots available at any and all locations? Okay, this is a great question. As of now, the answer is yes. It all will depend on the capacity and the availability of seats at each of those trainings. So for those of you who aren't Refit instructors, our current Refit instructors have the opportunity to reattend their instructor trainings through something called a reboot. And I know you're probably thinking, why would anyone want to do it? I think that speaks to the kind of community that they have. So many of our instructors actually really love coming and reattending an instructor training 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And so those reboot spots are available for now. Anything could change though. So I just want to say, be very flexible with us with those reboots, because if we have fewer seats and new instructors that need to get trained, we may have to give up some of those reboot spots for new instructors. So
yep.
Let's see. How do you sign up for a reboot? I don't know. I actually don't know that.
I think you log into Refit X, and there's a code that you can use at checkout in the shop.
Okay.
Cool.
Someone asked, how much does it cost to train virtually? All of that information is on our website at refitrev.com, and I do want you to go look there, especially with you being in the UK, just so you can see what all you get as part of that fee that is associated with the training. And
we're really bad at converting money.
Ooh, I couldn't convert money.
In like real time. I couldn't tell you how many pounds that is. So.
And then I'm also seeing questions about Recon, which is our annual Refit Instructor Convention. It's a 3-day event in Dallas at a hotel and conference center. It has been annually up until this year because it was supposed to be October 10th, and we did have to move that event back to my birthday, not yesterday, but coming up, my birthday, June 22nd-ish. So that is coming up this summer. So again, plug, if you have ever wanted to live, breathe, and sweat Refit for 3 days straight and you're not an instructor yet, now is the time to get trained so that you can join us at Recon in Dallas.
Awesome.
So,
all right. I think that is, we've got some more questions. Reboots, everyone's talking about reboots 1 year from now. That's right. Yeah, we'll be at Recon 1 year from now. Just everybody hold on to that hope.
The sidekicks say, I miss Recon. Do you really? Or is it just like so crazy? I think it takes a year to recover from Recon, and then you're ready.
I think
again.
The first year that they went, I think they were like, wait, what?
Yeah. Okay, I just saw a really great question come through. So the question was, if I attended a virtual training, can I reboot at a live training if it's coming my way? And the answer is yes, you can. It is free, and you better be there because that is it's an amazing offering. So yes, if you attended virtually, if you got an instructor certification virtually, and we're coming anywhere near you, we want to see you live.
What about the other way around? If they trained live and they want to reboot virtually,
they can do that too. See, there's no such thing as too much.
Someone also asked, do you ever sleep?
No. Primarily because of my puppy, but
yeah, we both decided to get puppies during COVID. So
yes. So anyway, you guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to send them over to info@refitrev.com. But like I said before, all of this is our best plan as of now. We know that day to day,
we're holding it like this.
Anything can change, but as of now, we are going to hit the road and get back out there and do what we love to do, which is meet and connect with our community and love on people. And so starting in July with Salt Lake and running all the way through November, we have different locations, and we would love to see you at any of them.
So in summary, one more time, 3 ways to train: live, in person, to the different events that we just discussed. 2, that virtual training option is always an option, which is great for you. Again, that's live. Or 3, if you're like, I cannot go to anything live, whether it's virtually or it's in person, we have just rolled out a brand new self-paced option. So spread the word about these instructor trainings.
Head on over to refitrev.com because it's all live now.
Yeah.
We just opened it up, so go ahead and specifically grab your experience class ticket because I know for sure those will sell out first and foremost. And then go ahead and sign up for the Refit instructor training. So, okay?
All right.
Love you guys. Thank y'all so much. We'll hopefully see you soon.
Yeah. Virtually or
otherwise.
Otherwise, for sure.